Still in Nigeria, as we race for the 2023 elections, the race for who will occupy Nigeria's seat of power comes up, of course, in 2023. Political parties are, of course, now faced with the task of choosing a vice presidential candidate for the various parties. The All Progressives Congress, APC, which elected a former governor of Lagos State, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as its candidate, was amongst the last parties to conclude its nomination process, even as the PDP earlier on May 29th elected Vice President Atiku Abubakar as its flag bearer.
The two candidates are the front runners in this race, but the involvement of the two other candidates, Peter Obi of the Labour Party and Rabiu Kwankwaso of the New Nigeria People's Party, NNPP, may add some complications. Now, joining us this morning, we got a report that the panel has recommended River State Governor Nyesom Wike as a running mate to the People's Democratic Party's presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar. It took the decision yesterday after a marathon meeting of the National Advisory Committee, an ad hoc panel set up by the party's leadership to recommend a suitable running mate for the candidate. It took that decision just yesterday. It was gathered that Wike was picked following a voice vote. He polled 16 votes out of 20. This morning, we're joined by Osita Okechukwu, who is the Director General of the Voice of Nigeria and also a founding member of the All Progressive Congress. Good morning, Mr. Okechukwu.
Good morning.
Thanks for joining
Nigeria.
us. All right, we're also joined by Nwoba Chika, who's the Publicity Secretary of the PDP in Ebonyi. Thank you also for joining us, Mr. Nwoba. All right, I'm going to start with Osita Okechukwu. Your parties are seen to have, or rather your party has one of the front runners to this, the next general elections. Let's talk about the controversy or the, seeming, permutations concerning picking a VP. How do you think that this will play out? And what would you say should be the best, option for now?
Thank you very much. Let me start by saying that in the categorization, we are brand A1. PDP is brand A2. The others are B, C, and D down the line. So for us, we got a nice presidential primary that was transparent, successful, oddly, and those who lost accepted that they lost, and they know that it wasn't rigged in favor of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So we'll have a united APC. As concerns the vice presidential candidates, a lot of factors are at play. One, we are looking at our sister political party, the PDP. We know that their stronghold, one is the Southeast. Luckily for us, the P2B phenomenon will vitiate the PDP ground in the Southeast and South-South by extension, because the PDP betrayed the Southeast by not adhering to the rotation convention and in fact breaching their own constitution. So when you look at that block, we now have to look at the North holistically. We look at the North Central geopolitical zone, the Northwest geopolitical zone, and the Northeast geopolitical zone. So it's now left to our flag bearer, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and the APC Northern governors, who contributed largely and immensely to his victory. We cannot forget as well Mr. President, who is also from the North. So the permutation is that one of the strongholds of His Excellency Atiku Abubakar is the Northeast. So some have the view that if we go to the Northeast to choose a running mate, that will decapitate that stronghold. That we do not need to go to the Northwest, one, because Mr. President is coming from the Northwest. Former President of Nigeria, Musa Yar'Adua, of blessed memory, also comes from that geopolitical zone. So that being the case, the searchlight is on North Central and the Northeast. So by the last meeting yesterday, the governor said they have given our flag bearer the opportunity to look into the actors from that zone. So it's most likely that either he panders to real politics on which or who, which zone out of the two, North Central, Northeast, or who from either of the zones will give him the electoral value he needs. Because we are looking at the 6 geopolitical zones in the permutation. We take it for granted that Asiwaju has the north, the southwest is political base, and the part of the northeast,
all right,
okay.
the southwest.
All right, Mr. Okechukwu.
Especially Delta and those states.
All right, Mr. Okechukwu, we understand it's a really, really broad conversation, but let's also bring in Chika and Nwoba. On the same question, permutations concerning, who your party's presidential candidate will pick as a VP, and, what are the chances?
So much for having me once more. The truth is that Southeast still remains the stronghold of the PDP in Nigeria. And the fact that His Excellency Peter Obi is coming from the Southeast on the flagship of Labour Party, I think it doesn't reduce the chances of PDP in the Southeast, because Labour Party, as we all know, doesn't have any structure in the Southeast. And there is no state that has PDP governor that will just fold its arm, and allow Labour Party to come and defeat the state. So it doesn't come to reality that for the fact that Peter Obi is from the Southeast, Labour Party is going to defeat PDP or reduce its chances of winning. As it is today, Ebonyi State still remains a PDP state, not minding the fact that the governor left PDP for APC. Enugu State is completely PDP. Then Imo is also PDP, not minding that the state governor is of APC. Then Anambra State, that is where the Labour Party's presidential candidate may have his way. He may not even have the majority of the votes cast in that state. But
okay.
That is only his stronghold.
All right, hold on, Mr. Nwoba. Apologies.
Chika, we have reports that Wike may be the presidential or vice presidential candidate for the PDP. Do you think that this is happening? And if it does, how do you think this affects the chances of your party?
Southeast and South-South are just the same. They share the same political ideology. And the both zones are the strongholds of the PDP in the South, in Nigeria. So if finally our presidential candidate picks His Excellency Nyesom Wike as his running mate, I think that nothing has changed. Nothing has changed because Southeast and South-South have this political marriage, this political ideology that PDP is the best party for them. And Governor Wike is not a pushover. He's loved across boards. So the Southeast, not minding the fact that it has lost the chance to produce the next vice president of Nigeria, will still embrace the South-Southern candidacy of Wike. And that does not foreclose the fact that PDP still stands a greater, if not the greatest, grounds to win the presidential election in Southeast and South-South. So the choice of Wike, to me, will be a very good choice, because before now we had Peter Obi as our stock, our better stock. But since he didn't stay true till the party primaries came and went, so we are going to make do with anybody that PDP produces as the running mate. PDP
let's hear what Osita's
and
thoughts.
we embrace the party.
All right, let's hear what Osita's thoughts are in this regard. Should the announcement be made and Nyesom Wike is declared the official vice presidential flag bearer for the PDP, how do you think this would impact the APC?
Thank you very much. That's what I've been saying. that we can now say, for instance, that Southeast has left the PDP, their stronghold. Don't forget that the founder of the PDP, His Excellency Dr. Alex Ekwueme of blessed memory, is from that zone. He bidded for presidency, they did not give him. And when it is the turn of the zone, His Excellency Atiku Abubakar kind of mangled it out of their hands. I do not see PDP getting any vote there, or 25%. I understand my younger brother, Nwoba. He's still relying on the old tactics of structure at ward level and local government level. But today's structure is at the polling units. That is where what Mr. President has done for the country. The presiding officer will electronically accredit the voter at the polling units and electronically transmit the result at the polling units. So the structure of collation and the bring talks is no more there. I think Nwoba should get that reconciled. So PDP has lost a zone. What we are trying to do is to divide Northeast to them. If we divide that, and His Excellency Kwankwaso takes a large chunk of Northwest, then APC is coasting to victory.
All right. Ms. Okechukwu, it sounds like you are banking on a disgruntled Southeast towards the PDP for, to move to the APC's advantage. And it also seems that you kind of support, the friction between Peter Obi and the PDP to work in your advantage. But I want to talk now about something that, has also created a lot of controversy, and that is the Muslim ticket, that people are saying is likely for your candidate, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. How do you expect that will, happen? And if yes, don't you think that would affect your chances?
Let us start by saying that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu cannot actually be called a hardline Muslim or a bigot because his wife is a Christian.
Well, his wife is not up for the election. She's not on the party's ticket. We're talking about him now. He's a Muslim, hardline or softline, but...
please, I'm trying to say...
Yes, go ahead.
If somebody's married for over 20 years and the spouse is a Christian and he never knocked her into the Muslim community and they are living peacefully and successfully, we should say he's a moderate Muslim. I'm not saying he's not a Muslim. So our candidate to start with is a moderate Muslim. That being the case, we'll now move forward to calculate other permutations that rings around electoral value. And what are those values? That the PDP is left with only one stronghold, and that is the Northeast. So that stronghold is what we are trying to know how we could divide and take a large chunk out of the PDP presidential candidates. If we do that, we are coasting to victory. That is our permutation.
All right.
Okay, let's have Chika react to that as well. Chika, what are your thoughts on this, the potential of a Muslim ticket in the PDP?
A moderate Muslim.
Yeah.
Muslim ticket.
First and foremost, let me disagree with Chief Okechukwu there, that APC will have its way. No. Alhaji Atiku Abubakar is loved across board. And the possibility of APC getting any vote in the Northeast is very slim. Their chances in the Northeast are very slim. So, and I continue to tell you that Southeast still stands strong for PDP. So PDP will never contemplate about a Muslim ticket. It is not possible. We are not even thinking towards that direction, and it will not work. And it is one of the weak points of the APC. Thinking about going the way of Muslim will not work. Nigerians are now better, and they now know better. So their weak point.
You don't agree, that the APC's candidate is a moderate Muslim?
No, he's not a moderate Muslim, because there are no core Christians and there are not moderate Christians. So it is either you are a Christian or you are a Muslim, or you are a Christian or you are a Muslim. So I don't think there are such categorizations of moderate Islam and moderate Christianity. So I don't think such exists. It is either you are Muslim or you are not a Muslim. There's nothing like moderate Islam. I don't believe there is one.
Well, so, I do believe that in a few days. Go ahead, please. Sorry.
Alhaji Tinubu is a Muslim.
Okay. In a few days, we'll find out what who the presidential candidates would be, and then we can come back to having this conversation. But it's been a delight having you. Thank you very much, Osita Okechukwu and Nwoba Chika, for joining us to have this conversation this morning.
Thank you so much.
All right.
I appreciate it.
I greet my chief there, Chief Osita Okechukwu. Thank you, sir.
It's not the chief, it's Mr. Osita Okechukwu. I appreciate that, Nwoba.
All is fair in love and politics. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day.